Hello and welcome to the next video of the Ionic series. In the previous video, we developed a simple registration form and understood what NG model is, the different data types being used, and the form validation portion. In this video, I'll be explaining the backend integration portion, that is sending the data from the front end, that is from the form, to the server, that is storing the data on a remote server. So in order to do that, we need a module known as HTTP module. There are two ways we can use HTTP module, or like two modules are there for HTTP. One is Ionic's native HTTP module. Native HTTP module, as the name suggests, will work only for mobile devices and not for web as such. And in case of HTTP, in case of Angular HTTP client module, it will work both on web and on mobile. So let's import the Angular's HTTP client. HTTP client from the Angular slash common slash HTTP. Okay, let's just see how our form is doing there. Let's just go to registration form, and it's working just fine. So let's just in order to use any kind of module that you have just imported, the functionality is related to that module, you'll have to declare it in the constructor the section. So http client, uh, let's just save the file and let's just see. And the form appears to be blank, which means has been some kind of error. And why this error have happened? It might be because HTTP client has some dependencies on a different module which has not been imported in Angular. Okay, so that is, a function is dependent on another function in a different module. So let's just import that module here. HTTP client module from @angular slash comma HTTP client module, and let's just save it. In layman terms, if we try to understand what is meant by this dependency of a function in another method, basically means like, in when you're a kid, you couldn't go anywhere without your parents. So your parents was the HTTP client module, and you're the HTTP client. Without them, you cannot go anywhere, and without them, you're nothing. So similarly, here is the case. Without HTTP client model, HTTP client doesn't work. So it is working. So HTTP client, or the HTTP module, has several methods to send data or get back data from the server. Throughout this series, I'll be using two methods: get method and post method, which is the most popular methods. So we'll use this dot http dot post, and as you can see, the parameters are showing as a URL and the body. that is the data we need to send. So let's just add a URL something. Let's just declare the variable for now a local variable. Later on we'll add the URL there, and we'll be sending the data. Now there are a lot of fields here. There are a lot of fields that need to be sent. Now in order to send those fields, we'll have to send them in a format known as JSON. JSON means JavaScript object notation. Nothing to worry about. It's plain and simple. It's having a key value pair system. Example, let's just say there is a field called phone. Sending the phone, first name. Similarly, for all the variables, we'll be just giving a key and a value. The key may not be same as the variable name, so nothing to worry on that. No hard and fast rule that it is the same as that name. So okay, gender, and have we missed anything? The password. Okay, okay. Our JSON is ready. You may store this in a separate variable. For example, it might be better that way, or you can just send it all together as I have done. So let's just store this in a variable, local variable to be precise. Let what's that? Mm, JSON, yeah, or data. Let's just give it JSON time being, and this is a blank JSON. So let's just, if it is a local variable, as I said earlier, there is no need of using this keyword. But if it is a global variable, you have to use this keyword. It's like the class in Java where this keyword points to the variable of that particular class. Okay, now this is in the JSON format. We'll have to stringify or send it as a string to the server. Okay, we'll have to send this JSON in the format of a string such that the server, when it decodes the string, can identify it as a JSON. So JSON dot stringify, and what does it do? To convert JavaScript value to JavaScript object notation string. Here, so we'll just pass the JSON here and return. Next step is to subscribe. What does subscribe mean? It's the subscription method in real world. As such, you give something in order to get a subscription, and the person who takes in the subscription gives something back to you in return. Similarly, here is the case here. The method is posting or sending the data in the JSON format to the server, and or rather the backend file, and the backend is sending back some response. So for that we will do this. It can be any variable as per your wish. I'm going to declare a variable here. This not this, sorry, say response is to any. So let's just store this response. Okay, now we'll need to handle some errors, as you can see. Okay, to handle some error as well. If there's any kind of error, then this will show the error. Such the error may be in a just in a JSON format. So for the sake of coding, I'm just doing it now. This is not the standard practice. If you know the fields the error will contain, then you can mention the field like error.get message or error.message. Since I don't know the fields right now, I'm just just like displaying the pop-up for the JSON string that it will send me back if there's any kind of error. Okay. And this is where is a blank method where like or where you can do the stuff on the data that you've just stored in this dot response. Okay, like if you want to send the data to another method as soon as you receive the data, or if you want to perform any other calculations or other methods on it, or any kind of checking that might be needed as soon as you receive the data, then I'll do stuff here. For now I'm not doing anything here, so that's it for the backend portion. I'm using the post method here. There's other method called get. Let's just see that as well. Okay, let me just see. Okay, let's just copy paste it and let's just show you the get method. What the get method does: the get method accepts only one parameter. It will be get, and as you can see, it just accepts only one parameter as a URL. The difference between get and post in layman terms is that get sends the parameters via the URL. As in case of Google search, if you Google anything, you'll see there are parameters sending in the URL bar. But when you are submitting a form in different kind of sites, say Facebook, Twitter, or any kind of site, then you will find that you won't be able to see what data is being sent and how is it being sent. In case of get, you see that you can see it by looking at the URL, and as similar to JSON format, the parameters in the URL might be different, like the names of the parameters might be different. So, and in case of post method, it sends the data in a hidden format, not a hidden format. If you want to know further of this, you have to check the RFC 2616 document, with link of which will be mentioned in the description below. You can pick it up, you can see it more. As such, it sends the data as a part of the URL. So that's it for now. As you can see, you will have to just give the URL here, say HTTP something, something which you'll have to give, like. So that's it for the backend portion. This is the backend portion right here. Just give the URL and we're all set. In the next video, I'll show you how to code the backend file. The backend file will be made in PHP, the same format or the same structure or the same methodology will be followed in the other files as well. For get method there is a different format, for post method there is a different format. So, and we're done with this video then. So if you found this video helpful, then please do like, comment and subscribe. And if you have any kind of queries, then leave it down in the comment section below. I'll be sharing the GitLab link of this entire code base mentioned in the description below as well. So till then, keep on practicing Ionic.